set for football now at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Today, a good battle in the AFC North. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the Ravens.
Welcome, Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. It's Dustin Hopkins set to start this one. Off we go here in the Inner Harbor. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So the Ravens will come out, and they are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
We had a couple of his games early in his career, and of course, all the way to his days back in college, his athleticism jumps off the screen. But Mike, these last couple years, his development as a true passer, his ability to operate from the pocket, that's what's really taken his game to this MVP level. And tell you what, we didn't think there was a lot more things that he could do on a football field, and it seems like every year he's proven otherwise.
That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
In motion goes Likely. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Shelby Harris to make the tackle.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at their 49-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 8. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And he'll get it back to midfield. That's it. No gain on the play.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him, and in this case, they're able to hold him to no gain.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrew. His 2nd grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, then on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. They'll run the draw, and here's Henry. He'll manage only a couple. The linebacker, Jerome Baker, there to make the play.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They're going to put a man in motion to the right. 3rd and short, Jackson. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And This is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient. Now they get another first down.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Raven first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
How would you like to be a defender and see a guy like this coming full steam ahead, trying to barrel down on you? I'll tell you what, I'm not sure if I'm cut out for that. You can see why. His ability to play through contact is just a lot to handle.
And he does not want to go down. Somehow turn that into a gain of 6.
Had ourselves a bit of a one-man wrecking crew out there for a minute, huh, Mike? I mean, dishing out punishment to every defender in his way. I'll tell you, the next guy who comes in one-on-one, he's going to have that run in the back of his mind.
In motion goes Likely. We'll go again here with Henry. And he will score! Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Tyler Loop now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead.
Ravens 7, Browns nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. DeAndre Carter on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the veteran. Still go. Former Super Bowl MVP, comeback player of the year in 2023. It's Joe Flacco.
And here we have a former Super Bowl MVP. Now, Mike, he might not be what he once was, but you can argue he has transitioned into being one of, if not the most reliable backup quarterback in the entire NFL. Whenever he's been forced into the starting lineup, he gives your team a chance.
The ball comes out. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want, but now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier, because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often, and when they do, you got to seize the moment.
This is brought in downfield by Judy. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. It is a big play for the Browns. 39 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
He'll run. This is Jerome Ford. Good instinctive running there. Spinning forward. Gain of about 7.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. Brings up second down.
Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Here's a run with the rookie from Ohio State. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
2nd and 2, you're thinking, I got 2 downs to get 2 yards. How hard can that be? Well, against this defense, it turns out to be a big challenge. They take you back for a loss at 2, and now you find yourself on 3rd down.
Here's Flacco. He pulls it in around the 5. And he'll get this down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal as they convert on 3rd down.
This is the age-old dilemma that defensive coordinators go back and forth on. Is the best pass defense to send more big bodies at the quarterback and get the ball out of his hand? Or is it to really pack your back end, Mike, with more defensive backs and more guys that can guard space? In this case, they got a lot of defensive backs on the field. Quarterback has a lot of time to find the open zone and leads to a big play.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
So we'll get a 2nd and goal when we return. It's the Ravens out front. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Start of the 2nd. Browns in control of the football. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. As we are ready, and he barrels his way into the end zone. Jerome 4. Touchdown, Browns. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Dustin Hopkins now to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Browns come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, it's Keaton Mitchell. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line.
38-yard line.
Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. 14 yards on that pass play there. 1st down, Baltimore.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the 1st down.
On the ground, here's Henry. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side inside of midfield.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up third down.
A gain of 2 makes it third down and 10.
From the gun, Jackson. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
They'll run it on first down with Henry. He'll maneuver his way down to the 32. The linebacker, Jerome Baker, there to make the play.
Gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Here's a second and 9. In motion comes Andrews. Second down, Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, it's been pretty clear this offense has wanted to get this running back involved in the passing game here in the first half. And with the success they've found, I expect the rest of the game to go very similar.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Off the play fake. Jackson. The coverage right there. And it's knocked away. Incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Isaiah Likely. And it'll lead to a second down.
One of the biggest differentiators for a lot of these defenders, Mike, is a lot of them can stay in tight coverage. But where the special guys separate themselves is what do they do once the ball is in the air. They almost turn into offensive players with their ability to track it. And this is a great example here why.
Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
It is third and 10. Now Jackson. This throw right is taken in by Flacco. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And looked like he might have had a lane, but the defense closed quickly. He did not get in. Second down.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes...
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Derrick Henry, touchdown, Baltimore. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
No problem there on the extra point, and the Ravens will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Carter on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Browns offense ready for their second possession. First and 10 now from the 36. Throwing, Flacco. That's caught. It's Jerome Ford. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up second down at the 39-yard line.
Two minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Baltimore after this. Here's second and 6. Now Flacco. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
Here comes third and 6. Flacco. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looks like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
And he overhit that just a bit. Lands beyond the goal line, and that is a touchback. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Jackson, our first down throw there is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Back to throw, Jackson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 4.
Here's a third down and 4. Here's Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
A gain of 9 yards.
Well, a little unconventional play call here. You don't traditionally see the screen game used on third down at these shorter down and distances, but in this case, they catch the defense off guard, they timed it up well, and the back is able to convert and pick up the first down.
Again, it's Jackson. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And it'll bring up second down. Jackson up top again. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Now the Ravens use their first timeout, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down. They'll look to throw again. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. To the air one more time with Jackson. He's got his tight end. It's Andrews. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Play action now. Jackson. This one caught downfield by Flowers. They get 20 on the connection. Good for a Raven first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
It's a gain of 13, and it's first and goal.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
The Ravens now going to use their final timeout. Tyler Loop now to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. That one is good. And the Ravens build their cushion to 10. It's now 17-7.
Outside of coming away with a touchdown, I'm not sure they could have done any better to close out that half. I mean, they burned all the clock. They don't let the opponent possess the ball, and they come away with points.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's Flacco to throw. And open downfield, it's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to kickoff of this second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Browns offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with first and 10. To throw is Flacco. Open man, and that's Tillman. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On second down, it's Judkins. He kept waiting for that cutback lane to develop, but never did. He's tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They have a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
Now, faking the give. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's third down.
Here's Flacco. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone, and it's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there, and now it's fourth down.
I think when that ball left his hand, he had visions of a big play, and then that big play almost got flipped on its head because I think he's lucky that that ball didn't end up going back the other direction because that defender got both hands on it but just couldn't come down with the pick.
The Ravens take over.
The Ravens offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. Their lead is 10. They go back to work trying to add to it. It begins with first down. Pistol give to Henry. Brought down at the 21, a gain of 1.
Carson Schlesinger on the tackle. 1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 21-yard line.
Here's second and 9. In motion goes Likely. Now Lamar gonna hang on to it. Yeah! And they're gonna mark him down up past the 35. Give him 14 on that one. First down, Baltimore.
That's good.
When this offense is really in gear, Mike, a lot of it is because of the ability of Lamar Jackson running the football. He is what makes this thing go, and you can see why.
Jackson gonna keep it himself. And he's gonna be brought down up past the 45. Give him 10 more on that one. And another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the
This defense has had their
47-yard
share of troubles trying to contain this quarterback today, Mike. This time they go to the zone read. The defender goes after the running back, and the quarterback pulls it, keeps it himself, and has a huge gain for a first down.
On play action, here's Jackson. That's caught. It's the tight end, Andrews. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down.
32-yard line.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
Brings up second down.
From the 23, here's second down and a yard. In motion goes Likely. Gonna go right back to Henry. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
We know from talking to these coaches this week, Mike, that they think they got themselves a steal. They got this young rookie maybe a little later in the draft than a lot of people expected. And I'll tell you what, they're not complaining. They think they've got themselves a starter and a star for a long time.
Jackson on 3rd and 2, and he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. And the Baltimore first down.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Here's Henry. He'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. Here comes 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll try to run for it. And he's in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
The extra point try forthcoming. The kick is good. And the Ravens up their lead. It's now 24-7. All right, Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. To throw. A throw, right side, taken by Njoku. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, Doesn't really translate it on the scoreboard just yet.
We'll try and set up the tight end screen. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
It is 3rd and long. Throwing, Flacco. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
That's just playing quarterback at a really high level, Mike. I mean, once he realizes his initial pre-snap read has changed, he just calmly goes through his progressions against this zone look. He ends up delivering a strike, and they keep the drive alive.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. And it'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 11 yards on the pass there. It's a Browns first down. Now Flacco. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
Running left is Judkins. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves first and goal.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Flacco. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
Not only does he let the ball go through his hands, he lets 6 points slip away with that drop. I mean, everyone else does their job. The ball's on target. Listen, this is the big boy league now. The reality is, you just got to catch the ball.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. And the Ravens have come up with the football. Those are the places on the field where the defense wants to come up with the big plays, and that was one. Down deep, get to the quarterback, knock it out, and come up with the recovery.
Mike, this is one of those times where I think for a quarterback, they get caught in between. Do I want to be a runner and take it in myself? Do I have time to let my wide receivers develop in the end zone? I think he holds on to it just a little too long. The defense pokes it free and creates a huge turnover.
start the drive with Henry. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 25-yard line.
In motion goes Likely. Second down, he'll take the handoff and hold on to it. He'll be taken down close to a first down. They're at the 27-yard line.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Henry. He will have a Ravens first down. They're able to convert by plenty on that 3rd and 1.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10.
And this is just a defeated defense at this point in the game, Mike. It's been like this all day long. They just have not been able to get the stops when they've needed them. Here's another chance on 3rd down, and they just can't make a play.
The slot man in motion right. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Greg Newsome on the tackle. A gain of 7 brings up 2nd down at the 42-yard line.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
It's a gain of 2. And the Baltimore first down.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. 2 first downs have them up to the 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10. On the option, they give it to Henry. That's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. The defense not fighting. They stay at home, and they tackle him for no gain.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight, but nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 2. Here we go. That is left side and caught by Flacco. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 50. 19 more on that one, and another first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
He was taken down.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
So it's a win here for the Ravens. They take care of business here at home. a game they were expected to win. They had no problems in the end as they cruise to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.